Pinch the skin on your waist or your belly. Right now, you can grab that little roll you have there. This fat is not inactive. It's a biological factory firing flames of inflammation against your arteries 24 hours a day. As my patient Johanna discovered, before reversing it, you must stop dieting and start shielding your system with this beetroot mixture by adding oats and 3 other ingredients. Here is the protocol to unblock your arteries. Listen to me carefully. Before giving you the exact list, I need you to erase a lie from your head. You've been told that your arteries are PVC pipes that get clogged with dirt and that you need a drain cleaner or a detox juice to clean them. That's false, and it's dangerous. If you treat your body like a dead pipe, you will end up taking laxatives or extreme diets that only increase inflammation. What we are going to do today is not a cleaning, it's reconstruction engineering. Your artery is not smooth on the inside. It is covered with a living microscopic forest called the glycocalyx. These are millions of tiny hairs that detect blood flow. When this forest is dense, the fat slides and continues on its way. It doesn't stick. But stress, the sugar from the orange juice you probably drank this morning, and hypertension act like a chainsaw. They cut down your forest, and where there is no forest, the fat becomes embedded. The science is clear. You don't have dirty arteries, you have a bald and wounded endothelium. That's why this breakfast, this restoration protocol that I'm going to teach you today is not designed to taste good. It is designed to reforest this forest. We are going to give your body the exact bricks so that the natural protection grows back. If you recover the forest, the plaque stops accumulating. Are you following me? Now, to achieve this reforestation, our bowl must activate 3 mechanisms simultaneously. If one fails, they all fail. First, hydraulic dilation. We must open the diameter of the artery so that the blood flows without hitting the walls. Less pressure equals less damage. Second, chemical shielding. We must paint your cholesterol with an antioxidant varnish so that it doesn't become toxic. And third, closing the borders. We must physically block the entry of new cholesterol from your gut. For this, I have recruited 3 teams of biological specialists who will enter your body from the very first spoonful. Number 1, the irrigators. These are the nitrates that bring the water and open the floodgates. Number 2, the firefighters. These are the polyphenols that put out the fire of inflammation. Number 3, the border guard. The phytosterols that monitor the entrance. The majority of people eat breakfast with bread and jam, which is the fuel for the fire. We are going to send the firefighters. Pay close attention. You are going to need 5 exact ingredients. I want to warn you about something regarding quality. Buying the processed or ultra-processed version is useless. For example, if you buy sweetened instant oats, you kill the intended purpose. If you buy beetroot in vinegar, you destroy what we want to do. We are looking for bioactive compounds, not just food. Let's start with the base of the system, the red ingredient that will open your highways, beetroot. But we don't choose it for its vitamins. That's important, but it's not the point here. We choose it for one single molecular reason: organic nitrates. Your body cannot manufacture enough nitric oxide as you age. Nitric oxide is the gas that dilates the arteries. It needs a special external raw material. This root is nature's densest gold mine to obtain it. Here is where biological engineering comes in. Watch this process carefully because it is fascinating. You eat the beetroot. The nitrates travel in your saliva. Here, the good bacteria on your tongue transform these nitrates into nitrites. Then, by swallowing, your stomach acid converts these nitrites into nitric oxide. It is a vasodilator gas. It relaxes the muscle of your arteries, making them go from a narrow, tense alley to a 4-lane highway. Stop. I'm going to give you a piece of information that is worth its weight in gold and that almost no one knows. If you use an antiseptic mouthwash just before breakfast, you cancel the effect. Why? Because when you kill the bacteria in your mouth, you cut the first step of the chain. You eat the beetroot, but you don't produce the gas. you are literally throwing money down the toilet. So, rule number 1 of the protocol: your mouth must have its microbiome intact, its beneficial bacteria intact at the moment of breakfast. Let's move on to the purchasing logistics. This is where 90% of people fail. If you go to the supermarket, you will see glass jars with sliced beets. Don't fear them. Read the label. If it says vinegar, sugar, or syrup, it's a dessert, not a medicine. Vinegar and excessive cooking in brine can leach the nitrates we are looking for. Your goal is to find the refrigerated vegetable section. Look for the vacuum packaging. These are beets steamed in their own juice. You have 2 levels for executing this. Recommended beginner level. Buy the pre-cooked steamed ones. They are practical, don't stain as much, and have excellent bioavailability. You open and cut 150 gris, which is 1 medium unit. Advanced level, you buy raw beetroot, wash it well, and grate it fresh. You will have more nitrates, but it's harder to digest and has a strong, earthy taste. I prefer consistency over perfection. Go for the steamed ones. Before moving on to the next ingredient, I must deactivate 2 fears that may arise. First, tomorrow when you go to the bathroom, it is likely that your urine or stools will be red. Don't panic, you're not dying. It's a phenomenon called bituria, and it means you have consumed enough pigments. It's harmless. Second, if you have a history of oxalate kidney stones, be careful. Beetroot is rich in oxalate. In that case, consult your doctor or reduce the dose by half and drink plenty of water. If you don't have stones, go ahead without fear. Well, we now have the beetroot in the bowl. The irrigators have opened the highway, but we have a problem. The cholesterol remains vulnerable to oxidation. We must varnish it urgently. For that, we bring the liquid shield, ingredient number 2, extra virgin olive oil. But stop right there, because 80% of what is sold at the supermarket is refined oil that is useless for our needs. We already have the flow with the beetroot, but here is the danger. The cholesterol circulating in your blood is highly flammable. If it oxidizes, it sticks. We must send the squadron of firefighters, the polyphenols. Here is something key. LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, is not bad in itself. It is a building material. The problem occurs when it oxidizes. Imagine that LDL is dry wood and that oxidative stress is sparks. Wood plus sparks equals a fire. That's arterial plaque. The polyphenols in the oil, specifically hydroxytyrosol, act like a varnish that blocks the fire. They coat the LDL particle. Even if there are sparks in your body, if the LDL is varnished, it doesn't ignite, it bounces. We thus prevent it from sticking to your forest. Pay close attention to the bottle. That's where you win or lose the battle. If you buy oil in a transparent plastic bottle, you have wasted your money. Light is the mortal enemy of polyphenols. As soon as light touches the oil, it oxidizes the medicine. What you ingest is a rancid fat that can even inflame you. The number 1 purchasing criterion is therefore as follows. The container must be tinted glass, green or amber, or a metal tin. If you can see the color of the oil from the outside on the shelf, don't buy it. Criterion number 2, the label. It's not enough for it to say extra virgin. Look for these 2 magic words: cold extraction or cold pressed. Heat destroys the firefighter. And if you want to go to the advanced level, look for the harvest date. Unlike wine, oil does not improve with age. If it is less than 12 to 18 months since the harvest, it's pure gold. And if you find one that says rich in phenols, take it. It's the best investment for your health. Now, how to know if your oil really works without a laboratory? Take the cough test. Take a tablespoon alone. When swallowing, you should feel a prickling or a burning at the back of the throat that almost makes you cough. This prickling is not acidity, it's oleocanthal, the most powerful anti-inflammatory compound in nature, similar to ibuprofen. If the oil goes down smooth like water and has a flat taste, it's a dead oil. If it stings, it's the natural medicine you're looking for. You might wonder, Dr. Ben, but won't that make me fat? It's pure fat. Listen to me. Fat doesn't clog arteries. Oxidized fat and high insulin are what do it. These 20 ml, a generous tablespoon, represents cellular signaling to put out the fire. But don't heat it. Don't use this oil to sauté the beetroot. Add it raw at the end, just before eating. Heat kills the firefighter in seconds. Mix it with the warm beetroot. Residual heat is acceptable, but not direct fire. We now have the open flow, the beetroot, and the shielding against fire, the oil. But there is an ingredient lying dormant. We must activate it with heat so that it cleans the glue off your walls. It's time to call the red cleaner. It's ingredient number 3, concentrated tomato paste. And this is where most people go wrong. But Dr. Ben, isn't it better to eat the tomato raw in a salad? For vitamins, yes. But to clean the arteries, the raw tomato is useless. We need lycopene, but the lycopene in the raw tomato is trapped. Here is the biochemistry of activation. In nature, lycopene exists in a chemical form called the trans isomer. It's as if it were locked in a crystal safe. Your body doesn't have the key to open it. If you eat a raw tomato, 90% of the lycopene enters and leaves without being absorbed. To open the safe, we need 2 keys: intense heat and fat. By cooking and concentrating it, we change the molecule into the cis isomer form. This is how your body absorbs it, and it travels directly to dissolve the arterial glue. Science confirms it. In studies on high-risk patients, only the combination of tomato paste and olive oil succeeded in significantly reducing cholesterol oxidation. Separately, they are good. Together, they are a nuclear weapon against arterial plaques. That's why this bowl is a recipe of engineering. We use the heat of the beetroot and the fat of the oil to transport the lycopene. Beware of deadly traps. The ketchup trap. Tomato sauce is 40% sugar. That inflames you more than it heals you. The pizza sauce trap. Read the label first. They often contain soybean, canola, or refined sunflower oil. That competes with our olive oil. Remove it from your diet. What you are looking for is that little can or tube that says tomato paste or double concentrate, with ingredients being only tomato, salt, water. Nothing more. It's a thick paste, almost dry. That is the concentrated medicine. 2 levels of execution. Practical level. You buy the tube of double concentrate. You squeeze out 2 tablespoons, about 30 gr, and you mix them directly into the bowl with the warm beetroot. Purist level. You buy 2 kilos of ripe tomatoes and cook them over low heat for 3 hours until the water evaporates and a paste remains. Honestly, the good quality tube is just as effective and saves you 3 hours. We want consistency, not complications. You might ask yourself, but Dr. Ben, tomatoes give me reflux or acidity. It's common. The concentrate is acidic, and you have 2 solutions for that. Make sure to mix it well with olive oil because the emulsion reduces the gastric impact. And if you are very sensitive, add a tiny pinch of baking soda to the mixture. This will neutralize the pH without destroying the lycopene. If despite all this it bothers you, use watermelon, which also contains lycopene, but you would have to eat much more of it. Stick with the tomato if you can tolerate it. So we have the repair, the beetroot, the protection, the oil, and the cleaning, the tomato. But while we are repairing the house, someone has left the back door open and dirt continues to enter. We must close the border. We need the elite guard while your body repairs the internal damage. We cannot let dirt continue to enter from the outside. We are therefore going to block the absorption of new cholesterol in the intestine. For that, we deploy the border guard, 50 gr of whole oats and 30 gr of walnuts. Here is the mechanism of phytosterols and beta-glucans. Imagine that in your gut, there is a game of musical chairs. Cholesterol must sit in transporters to cross over into your blood. The phytosterols from the oats and walnuts have a structure almost identical to cholesterol. They are like twins, but faster. They sit first on the chairs, and when the bad cholesterol arrives, there is no more room and the body expels it. The oats literally occupy the place of the poison. But be careful when buying. This is where the industry tricks you. If you buy those little packets of instant oats with apple or cinnamon flavoring, you are buying pure sugar. That spikes your insulin and creates more cholesterol. It's junk. The quality criterion is that the oats must be whole rolled or steel cut. They must be rustic, hard. If they dissolve in cold water and are pre-digested, they are useless to us. We need the fiber intact so that it traps the bile. Regarding walnuts, they are a polyunsaturated fat, very delicate. If you buy a bag that has been in the sun at the market for 3 months, these walnuts are rancid. Eating rancid walnuts is like injecting inflammation into your body. Take the test. If they have a bitter or metallic taste, spit them out. They should have a mild and creamy taste. My expert advice: buy vacuum-sealed bags and once opened, keep them in the refrigerator. The cold protects the omega-3s. Never leave them in the cupboard at room temperature. 2 ways to prepare the oats. Quick level. Put the raw flakes in the warm bowl. The moisture from the beetroot softens them a bit. The result is chewy and crunchy. Digestive level. The recommended one. Let the oats soak the night before. This reduces the anti-nutrients, those substances that prevent you from properly absorbing minerals, and so you will absorb them better. Then you drain the water and add it to the bowl. Dr. Ben, but oats bloat me and give me stomach pains. That's normal at first. If you don't eat fiber, your gut flora adjusts. The first solution is to start with only 20 grams and increase gradually. The second solution is to add plenty of cinnamon. Cinnamon doesn't just reduce blood sugar, it is also carminative, meaning it reduces gas. And if you are a diagnosed celiac, look for certified gluten-free oats or replace them with cooked quinoa, but don't remove the fiber. It's the broom that cleans the house. There it is. It's not a breakfast. It's a work of engineering. We have nitrates, polyphenols, lycopene, beta-glucans, omega-3s. All of this is nutritional science for you. But wait, how do you eat this? Every day? And if you get bored, here is the final roadmap and the secret to making it good. Let's be honest about the taste. I'm not going to lie to you. It doesn't taste like fruit cereal. It's a dense, earthy nutrient bomb. The beetroot tastes like earth, the oil stings, and the tomato is acidic. It's a savory breakfast. Don't expect an explosion of sugar. Expect a sensation of chemical satiety. After eating this, you will feel warmth in your hands and stable energy. You won't be hungry for 4 hours. How often should you eat it? You don't need to do it 7 days a week to see results. Your body has a memory. The minimum effective dose is 4 times a week. Use it on days when you have more stress or work. The other days, you can rest with eggs or Greek yogurt, but maintain the consistency of nitrates in your blood. And we come to the breaking point. 99% of people will close this video and continue tomorrow eating bread with coffee. You are part of the different 1%. If you are going to try this restoration bowl at least once this week, I want you to make a public commitment right now. Go into the comments and write, "I accept the challenge." By writing it, you give an order to your brain to keep it.